I don't know about you good people, but I hate the Yankees. This is Corey, and this is the Anthem podcast.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rob.
And after all that, it was only that.
Yeah, not even worth it. A lot of build-up.
I should have zigged instead of zagged.
Oh, yeah, so.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Corey, Rob, here for the Anthem podcast.
You can find us online at otheanthem.com and on all your social networks at otheanthem.
Yeah. I am super excited.
Why is that?
Because I'm going to New York after this podcast.
I wouldn't be so excited about that.
I'm going to go see the Orioles play the Yankees, and then I'm going to see them the very next day back here in Baltimore.
I got to get tickets for that, by the way.
Me too. So
okay.
We all have to get tickets.
They're all available. Our section's available.
Yeah, I sent you the picture.
The one loser who got tickets elsewhere. Really? Really? But that's okay. You sit over there. Anyway. But yeah, so we, and are you doing the doubleheader, by the way?
Yeah, I'm down.
On the 28th?
I'm down for it.
I'm going to buy tickets for tomorrow and trade in my ticket for the doubleheader. Or you don't even have to trade it in.
You just have to trade in that ticket from the Wednesday game.
Right, yeah, okay. Our Wednesday game that was interrupted.
Right.
No, we're not going to dive into that again, guys. I heard a general sigh across the internet.
Yeah.
In the future.
In the future.
But yeah, so you're going to New York. How many times have you been to Yankee Stadium?
Oh, God. Including old Yankee Stadium?
Yeah.
I want to say 3 times.
Okay. Because we went once to the old stadium.
Yeah.
Was that your first time being there?
That was my first time.
Okay.
And then I went again with you.
Next season.
Yeah.
At the open of the next season.
And then I went, I think 2 years after that, just went up for a game.
Was I there?
No.
No, I was going to say that wouldn't have been when I was in New York. So.
Right.
Yeah, and now you're going back again.
Mm-hmm.
Any particular reason?
Fun day trip.
Sure. Except you have to wade into the cesspool that is New York City.
Yeah, and I can't smoke for 3 hours while I'm at the stadium.
Or more, because you also can't smoke in the city at all, so.
EP, could you do me a favor? Could you get
EP's here with us, everybody.
Could you get me my dealie?
Your what?
My dealie? I want to show Rob.
Your what?
My dealie.
Dealie?
Yeah, I came up to when I met you, when you came in the door.
This is just good pod. It's good pod, straight up.
Well, I want to surprise you.
Okay.
So I'm trying to say it without saying it.
Ooh, everybody should check out.
I figured out what this dealie
I'll close my eyes. Everybody should check out the video that I made this week, by the way.
Just listen a second. Ready?
Okay, go ahead. Oh, I know what that is. That's a vape pen. Meanwhile, I came up here and you're smoking on the front porch. So...
Yeah, well, we were sitting outside, and I said to EP, I bought 4 packs of cigarettes this week instead of 6.
Boom.
So it's.
And how much did the juice cost you?
$10.
So it's a little more than a pack of cigarettes, but
yeah,
that juice will last more than a week. So you'll have spread that $10 over 2 weeks. It's $5 a week, and you breaking even, a little better than
right.
Even. And you don't have to smoke us out like you did last week.
Yeah, exactly. this one dissipates quickly.
Right. Yes. But anyway, everybody should check out the video I made this week.
Go
ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love that video. I really think it was fantastic. And the song is just brilliant with it.
Yeah, and so I had a shower idea, and I get these things where I get something stuck in my head, and I just got to get it out. So despite all the other stuff I had to do, I did the video. Everybody could check it out on YouTube, Founding the Future on YouTube. But it's... I'll just say the song is Seven Nation Army, but I found a remix of it that I think was like dark and oppressive and perfect. Great video. Everybody should watch it. And now I'm like looking for Baltimore songs because despite the subject matter of that one, I found a really good song to do just pictures of people like being happy and celebrating. So I think I'm going to do that too.
Speaking of which, I listened to Prince's Baltimore today. Did you hear it?
No,
Prince
I did not.
and Third Eye Girl?
No.
It's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, I know he did the concert today, yeah?
No, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, okay.
Yeah, I went on, I was trying to find tickets for that, just out of curiosity.
Yeah. Now, interesting question. You have the option between Prince and the already planned trip to New York. What do you do?
Well, I mean, it was planned, but nothing was official.
Okay. And so you found out that Prince tickets were $70,000 a piece?
No, that's the rub. Yeah. So, it started at $22.
Right.
That was in the door price, just in the upper deck. Mm-hmm. Which I think is perfectly fair.
But the real cost is actually $42 because you pay $22 for the ticket, but you also have to buy the album on the way in. So
he puts it in with the price.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I can see Prince for $50.
Right.
Like, sure, why not?
And you get he's the one who did that, right? He did put. Was that him?
Yeah.
Forced you to buy
sold the record with the ticket,
and then counted that as a record sale.
Yeah, and then got number 1 on Billboard because of it.
Right.
For like multiple weeks because he was doing 5 shows a week for 50,000 people.
You do you, boo boo. Do what you do. Yeah.
They walked in. They're just like, Prince CD. All right, whatever.
Actually, though, I don't think anybody who's going to the show is just like, whatever. I think they were like, a CD? What am I going to do with this?
Okay, Google, put this into my iPhone.
Tapping it on the front of the phone.
I don't know why you're saying that to. Oh, by the way, another callback to the Year One live show.
Yeah.
My phone made me download the update.
Ooh.
It forced me to do it.
Yeah, mine hasn't done that yet.
It'll do it eventually. It'll get upset with you.
Well, no, here's the problem. I have outsmarted Verizon because I have to download 2 pre-updates, and they can't force me to do that.
Oh.
So it can force me to upload Lollipop, but the phone won't allow me to upload Lollipop until I upload the 2 pre-downloads. So if I don't do those, I don't need to get Lollipop.
Well, it downloaded automatically for me.
Yeah, you woke up and, oh shit!
Well, no, it was just like, it said, download is ready.
Yeah.
When do you want to install it? I'm just like looking for like the never.
And you blacked out the screen?
No, and it's just like, pick a time where we start the download. I'm just like, ugh. So I was like, all right, so it's happening.
Yeah.
And then it finished the update and it was doing the same exact thing it was doing last time.
Oh shit.
But I read on message board that if you reset your phone to factory,
yeah,
it'll do Lollipop, but you'll be good. Like,
okay.
None of that shit will happen.
So before it bricks, make sure you do a factory reset.
Right.
Right.
So that's what I did, and it was sucked to have to redo my whole phone again.
Right.
But Lollipop's nice, so
yeah.
I guess it's okay.
The pictures I see are beautiful.
Do not, under any circumstances, if you have the Note 4, I don't know if it's for other notes as well, but they have this thing called like HD Advanced Calling.
Yeah.
Apparently that's a new thing on your bill.
Oh.
So if you accept it, then you're basically changing your bill. So if you're grandfathered in,
don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do anything.
Although
ever.
I feel like that could be a lawsuit. Oh, but they're taking it away anyway. 2016. It's unlimited insurance. It's unlimited. It's gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear that?
Well, I was talking to a Verizon rep on the phone, and I've also read around that that's happening. So, but they're giving a special 20 gig per month, which you can't get now. 10's the most you can get. But they'll cut the unlimited and give you 20 because apparently most users, I mean, I could say even me, 20 covers me on most months.
Yeah.
Even though it's 18 or 19 gigs a month, but it covers me for most.
How much do you, how much would it be for 20?
It'll stay the same. I'll have the same contract and I'll get 20. And then my guess is that a few years after that, they'll start etching it down.
Yeah, as soon as you accept it.
Right. Well, no, but you have to. It's like they are automatically saying we are not doing unlimited anymore. So, we are going to give you 20 gigs, which is more than enough, more than what you need.
I wonder if I could go over to like, whatever, T-Mobile or...
They'll buy out your contract.
Yeah. But I mean, like, and get unlimited from them. Because, I mean, I feel like unlimited's kind of the
If I lived here, I absolutely would. The problem is, in my apartment, no one gets reception except for Verizon.
Yeah.
So, I got no options.
Right.
And I'll just say, and for people who I've heard it before, yes, that 18 gigs is not when I'm at work, when I'm on Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. It's not at Corey's house when I'm on Wi-Fi. It's not at my house when I'm on Wi-Fi. That's 18 gigs when I am out in the world.
Yeah.
So imagine if I didn't have that, like what it would be. I'm very active on my phone. That's also why my Gorilla 500 MAU battery lasts me about 9 hours. When I bought it, they were like, your average user is going to get, 48, 55 hours out of it. And then I called them and I was like, so yeah, I bought this battery, but I'm really only getting like 9 or 10 hours. And they're like, well, how would you classify? And they do through this thing and they're like, yeah, so you're not an average user. We recommend our 9,999 MAU battery. That'll last you about 2 days. I'm like, good grief. All right, so let's talk about what has been happening this week, the big news this week.
Well, it's a lot of sports ball.
It is a lot of sports ball.
I'm going to have to put that out forward.
Dun, dun, dun. Sports ball. We really got to start making some drops.
Yeah.
Just like
that was basically just like TMZ though, like boom, boom, boom.
sports ball.
Sports ball.
Anyway, yeah.
Tom Brady
Yes.
is in the middle of quite a predicament.
Well, and so for those of you who haven't heard, for our non-sports aficionados.
Well, it goes back to the AFC Championship game against the Indianapolis Colts.
Right.
And the Colts said that the balls that the Patriots were using seemed like they were flatter than
And
normal.
the reason they found that is not through the things that people learn, which I didn't even know, is that the offense uses their own balls.
Right.
And that within certain standards, you can deflate them slightly or overinflate them. Some people like to have a ball that bounces harder. Some people, like Tom Brady, like to have it a little softer so he can grip it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that you can scuff it, and they'll scuff it certain ways.
Yeah.
And that's
and
still
every
legal.
quarterback has like a way that he...
Right. Now, and so they all do that. And they had been...
I just like to imagine Joe Flacco like walks through the equipment room and he's like, out the box, just like it was.
He's the guy who will do that. Like, wait, what did you do? No, it says 35. I'd expect it to be 35, please.
This is at 12.5? Is that how it came when you bought it from Dick's? Did you go to Modell's?
We specially ordered these from the NFL.
What was it?
A person named Ottaway?
Ottaway?
What call was that?
I don't know. It was a number that I didn't have saved.
Right.
So
And they called twice, like right in a row.
Oh.
So I said hello, and he's like, hi. And I was like, this is EP. I was like, this is Aaron. And he says...
Well, I'm sorry I handed you... I should
He said,
have
"Who's
told the podcast, basically, because we're talking about it now. So
Well, we can cut this out, though.
yeah, I'm fine letting this out, because it seems like it's interesting.
Sure.
Somebody
He said-
called me directly twice in a row, which to me means, like, this is an emergency.
I
You're
said,
not...
this is Aaron, EP. And he's like, Aaron, EP, what does that mean? And I was like, well, obviously they don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're unaware. Yeah.
I was like, Corey told me to answer the phone. He's like, who's Corey? I was like,
Well, it's a wrong number. Okay.
Yeah.
you're trying to call him? And he's like, no, he's trying to reach me. I was like, okay, well, he can't come to the phone right now, so
Did you take a message?
I tried to, and he's like, well, he was trying to reach me. And I was like, okay, well, I guess if he needs to reach you, he'll call you back. He's busy right now.
Wait, was that the Google line or was that your phone?
No, that was my phone.
Oh, okay.
Ottaway.
Who
Ottaway.
calls anymore? Send a text message, God damn it!
Just be like, hey, yo, this is that guy you spoke to a week ago.
Here's what I would like. Listen,
Aaron EP. Who's
listen,
that?
out there in podcast land, when you pick up your phone to contact me, I want you to ask yourself one very important question. Can I text this? And if the answer is remotely yes, text it. Don't call me.
The only reason I ever call you is because I have like 5 things to talk about.
Yeah.
And I rather just like knock them out real quick. Like,
Let's get it out of the way.
can you take 5 minutes rather than half hour?
Yeah.
Over the course of texting back and forth, where
And
we
then-
get off on tangents and sidebars,
I was
and all
gonna say,
sorts
and then
of stuff.
also forget what we started with. and
Yeah.
What was the point of the call? And by the way, though,
Were there 3 other things we needed to talk about? Oh, fuck it.
but part of the reason is because I'm always running here and doing this and that, and probably maybe 5% of your first calls I pick up, the rest of my callback.
Right. And you call me back whenever.
Yeah, like a few minutes later or whatever. I just don't have. I'm just running around, or I'm talking to people, or random people walk up to me outside my apartment and they're like, "Hey, you're a lawyer." I'm like, "Yeah." Oh,
Well,
God.
that happened to me at work today, too, where somebody called twice in a row.
Yeah,
But I was on the phone, so I couldn't answer the call.
that might be the Craigslist ad I put up with your phone number
Oh. No, it was somebody I knew.
for a good time call.
It was somebody I knew, but I silenced it.
Yeah,
I was just like, all right, I'll call him back as soon as I'm off this phone call, which will be in like 12 seconds.
and call back again.
And then I'm on the phone with the customer, and I'm just like, all right, thank you very much. Click. What?
Yeah. Let's be honest with each other. Everybody, we know this. If it rings less than 4 times and goes to voicemail, you got buttoned for a reason.
Yeah.
Mostly, it's not rudeness. It's I'm doing something.
Right.
It's a cell phone. I see you.
Give me literally 5 minutes.
I'll call you back.
Right.
And I don't even mind the phone call followed up by the text. Like, hey, when you get a second.
Yeah.
That's good. Remind me that I need to call you. But don't call right back. We all know you just got sent a voicemail on purpose, and there's a
Right.
reason for it.
I liked when I had the messages, like respond with a message.
Oh,
like, I'm in the movies.
Do they not have that anymore?
I
Or you
didn't
don't have
see
on
it.
the fourth?
I can't.
I downloaded Sync Me because it gives me those options.
Oh, really? Nice.
Also keeps all my pictures updated with Facebook pictures. Yay.
It's the things we get excited about.
Right. Anyway,
Tom Brady's not going to be very excited, though.
Not very excited. Did you see his little statement at Salem University?
Yes.
Okay. And I asked you this before, but...
Have you ever seen somebody speak so much without saying any words?
Just absolutely, just like, well, I read real slow. I'm not a smart guy.
It's an awful lot of pages. Can we all agree? Ha ha, college humor.
And,
you know what I'm talking about, term paper.
But
I'll be here all week.
I'm going to read through it.
Literally not, though. I'm going to be here for about 20 more minutes, and then I got to roll out and fuck Giselle.
Oh, what a life he leads. God damn. But yeah, no, so he didn't say anything, but basically what he said is, I'll read through it and I'll let you know, which for those who are uneducated means, let me talk to my lawyer and my publicist and my agent and the coach and the organization, and we'll come out with a single
Well, not
message.
only that, but if there's a way that he could say... If there's any way he's going to be allowed to get away with, like, listen, I told them to deflate it to the lower end.
Right.
But I did not, under any circumstances, say deflate it below.
Right.
And then those two guys work in the locker room and make $20 an hour get fired.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady can, get suspended for half of a preseason game. Then, I don't know.
I think that guy is going to roll over on him so fucking fast. When he sees that Tom is throwing him under the bus, he's going to be like, oh, wait. I'll testify. That's fine. You call me in. Let's do a deposition.
See, I wonder, though, how smart these two are. Because one of the text responses was OMG spaz.
Oh, to Tom Brady? Really?
No. Between the two
okay.
of them. They were just like... They called each other, like, the deflator. Like, they had nicknames like, hey, you're the deflator this week, right? Ha, ha, ha.
Okay. Well, anyway, so...
And then one of them said, I'm not even lying, OMG spaz.
This is the next generation. As I keep saying, we are the lost generation.
It's going to be the best fantasy team name this year, by the way.
The Deflators?
OMG spaz. Or the deflators. That's not bad.
Listen, so we need to just take every kid who's older than 6th grade and just write them the fuck off. They're ruined. We have ruined them.
Yeah.
Let's be okay with saying, I'm going to have to support your ignorant ass for the rest of your life. And let's focus on the kids who can be helped at this point. Welcome! Rachel's here now.
Hello.
La la la.
Hello. La, la.
So, my point about Tom Brady, though, is having watched the Salem University thing, having him sit there reminded me so much of Robert Durst on the Jinx during his interview. Because it was that snarky, like, you and I both know I did it, but I'm never going to get caught.
Yeah.
So let's just laugh about it and move the fuck on.
Right.
And I want to hope to myself that Tom Brady walked in the bathroom and took a leak and was like, I don't know what I was thinking, deflating those balls. And that's on tape somewhere. God, please.
I think the thing is, though, that nobody fucking apologizes.
No.
If he said, yeah, I did it, sorry, just at Salem University,
Yeah.
and, like, knocked it out, and he's just like, listen, you know what? You caught me. My bad. I'm probably going to get suspended for, like, one game.
Yeah.
My bad. If he says nothing, I feel like they have to throw the book at him to an extent.
Yeah.
I mean, they won't suspend him for the season, but, like, 4 games, maybe? 3-4 games?
I'm hoping for a season. If he keeps fighting it,
But I
give
mean,
him
like,
the full season.
in your mind, what's the difference between doctoring the ball and, steroids? Obviously, steroids are more important because they're an actual issue.
Yeah.
Like, it's a health issue. But doctoring the ball didn't hurt anybody.
Cheating is cheating.
Right. Cheating is cheating, though. So are you going to take it like he failed a drug test?
Let's take another...
Is that 4 games, 6 games?
Let's take another major league sport. When another major sport found out that a team cheated in their championship series, what happened to them? What's another sport that had the same problem?
With cheaters?
Yes. Cheating in a different way, but...
Are you talking about the Black Sox?
Yes.
Yeah.
The White Sox, the 1919
Right.
White Sox who became the Black Sox. What happened to them?
Oh, they got expunged from the history books and everybody was banned for life. And
Yes. That is how you deal with cheating. That's why I love Major League Baseball more than I do football. But nonetheless, that's
though,
how
to
you
be
deal
fair,
with
the
cheating.
Major League Baseball was, like, horribly behind the times for a long time when they had the steroids were not being tested for. And
Right. They weren't on top of the ball, but you know what? They
were on top of the Black Sox, but that was pretty much the last time they were, and that was almost 100 years ago.
But they were slow to pick it up. But
By the way, oh my God, almost 100 years ago.
Oh, God.
We're gonna
shit, that's totally right.
In 4 years,
not
we're going to be
2004
dealing with the 100th anniversary.
God. Anyway, so
Last year was the 100th anniversary of the Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
And in 4 years, it'll be the 100th anniversary of...
Jesus Christ. But no, so the point is that...
We're almost up on Babe Ruth being sold, too. 100 years of Bambino gone.
Yeah. For those who don't know, he was a member of several teams before he was on the Yankees. I'm sure that people are unaware of that.
But mostly the Red Sox.
Mostly
who sold
the
him
Red
to
Sox.
fund No
Yes.
Net.
But how did he get to the Red Sox?
From the Baltimore Orioles.
That's right. Not this version of the Orioles.
The minor league Orioles.
The previous version of the Orioles, yeah. Anyway, so the point is, when baseball did catch up, and Alex Rodriguez had 2 positive tests, what happened?
He had no positive tests.
Or he got he got rolled into that whole investigation.
Well, I'm going to say this.
That's right, he didn't have a positive test. Fuck. Not what I meant, though.
Yeah.
That he got embroiled in...
He was caught in the biogenesis scandal.
Right. What did they do?
They threw the book at him and gave him a year. They were going to try to suspend him for like a year and a half.
But they got him for a year.
They got him for a year.
That is what you do. You want this whole New England organization has a policy of it ain't cheating if you don't get caught.
Mm-hmm.
The watching the practices and using all of that shit that they got away with, they are not a good team. You don't build a dynasty by cheating.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done. Take the ring, punish the organization, punish anybody who knew about it, and Tom Brady suspended for an entire season. You got to do that. And this should be a scar on him for the rest of his life.
Well, everyone's going to remember it.
Right.
Even if it doesn't come with like an asterisk or like a championship taken away or anything like that. Even though I totally think that like anybody who's making the point of, he got caught, but it was during a 40-7 blowout.
Nah.
So, like, how much does the ball really help? You know, like, yes,
It helps
obviously.
a fucking lot.
In that game, if you're going to win by 40 or 30 points,
Yeah.
then obviously you got a lot more going for you.
Well, no,
but
wait.
There are many games throughout the course of the season, including the Ravens game the week before,
Yes.
where it was very close.
Right.
And if you cheated for one, then what makes you think you didn't
wouldn't
cheat
cheat
for
for
them
none.
all? And there's text messages that are going on for weeks
Well, here's
about how Tom Brady doesn't like the ball this week, and it was too hard,
Right.
and it was like throwing a brick, and I'm just like...
Well, obviously you deflated the ball. I get that. No,
Right.
but here's my point. That yes, they won 40-7. Is that what it was? 40-7?
I think so.
It was a huge difference. But when we played basketball, it was either 21-19 or it was 21-3.
Yeah.
Because you get so far behind the 8 ball that you start getting desperate.
Yeah.
And Andrew Luck had the worst second half of his life.
Yeah.
Because he was
Well,
so
and-
far behind that he
And the
had
Colts
to catch up.
And the Colts didn't have the team to catch up.
But
They had to play their game to win.
if them deflating the ball added 2 touchdowns to that total, that's enough for you to have so much pressure on you that the rest of the game plays out different.
Right.
And I think that's why it's important.
You know what? I was talking to others about it. Like, cheating is consistent. They're always going to find a way.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos putting Vaseline on their arms so they couldn't be... so that when a defensive lineman was trying to get through them, they were slipping.
Yeah.
They couldn't grab onto them at all or move their arms.
Bounties. For good hits. Yeah.
That's the question I think all sports fans have to ask themselves, including Boston sports fans. I know they're just like, oh, whatever, Tom Brady's awesome.
Right.
At what point is it not cheating anymore? At what point are you okay with it?
Business as usual.
Because for baseball, for a long time, it's not cheating unless you get caught.
Right.
And we almost make hero figures out of people who cheated but didn't get caught.
You mean like Mark McGuire?
Or Jason
Barry
Grimsley.
Bonds?
Here's the story of Jason Grimsley, for those who don't know. Albert Bell was ejected from a game and had his bat taken for because they thought it was corked.
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah.
And they put it and locked it in the umpire's dressing room. Jason Grimsley, the pitcher, went from the bullpen all the way around to the clubhouse. Got up some chairs and made a little ladder.
Yeah.
And popped open the ceiling tile above the Indians' locker room. And then crawled with a flashlight in his mouth to the umpire's dressing room, where he dropped in, took the Albert Bell bat and replaced it with an undoctored bat.
Right.
And then left.
Right.
And then when the umpires came back and found out what had happened, they were furious, but couldn't do anything.
Right.
They couldn't ask for the bat back. They couldn't do anything.
Sorry.
It was just like, well, I guess you got us.
Right.
And Jason
We wouldn't have
Grimsley,
gotten away
in some
with it if it wasn't for you immediately.
James Grimsley in some circles is seen as like, oh my god, this is an awesome story about how far Jason Grimsley is going to go to save Albert Bell, because the bat will be doctored, he will be suspended.
Yeah. By the way, what kind of bonus or gift did he get from Albert and the organization for doing
I'm
it?
sure a dinner was involved at the very least.
Yes. A very nice steak dinner somewhere.
It's just like, do you like Fogo de Chao? How about a $500 gift card? Thank you.
By the way, I saw
You
somebody,
seem like a man who enjoys meat. Here is a Fogo de Chao gift card.
I saw somebody who like was putting they did a GoFundMe because apparently they got drunk at Fogo de Chao and spent like $500 on dinner. And they went in there with like, we're going to do the $31 per person and we're going to have one drink and that's going to be it.
At the end of the night, they're like, shit!
$550? What?
The worst part is going to the buffet before they start walking around with the food. You get anxious. You go into Fogo de... Okay, so this is hashtag fat kid problems. But when you go to a Fogo de Chao, you walk in, they seat you, they give you your coat. You know, like you order a Coke or a drink or whatever. They take that, and they'll be like, all right, people will be around eventually. And it seems like they skip you the first couple times. Like, you're new.
Right.
Like, they don't come right to the table. They're just like, oh, ran out. Gotta go get some more.
Yeah.
Gotta get some more lamb. And then you're looking at, like, the little spread up there. Like, the buffet with, like, the sliced Oscar Mayer ham or something like that.
Right.
And you're just like, oh,
That looks good.
looks so good. And you fill up on fruit and lunch meats and
Amateur status.
That kid's
and
dead.
breads and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
you come back and you're eating that. And then you see the meat people come by and you're just like, green everything.
Yeah.
And then you eat 9 metric tons of meat, like in like one sitting, and you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
why did I do it like that? And then you read it, and then you're just like, all right, if I sit here for a couple minutes, maybe I'll get the desire to eat more.
Oh, so a secret. I've never been to Fogo de Chao.
Really?
Never.
You know what else you haven't done?
What's that?
Seen the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight.
I haven't, and
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't waste the fucking time. So I will just take everyone back to my prediction, which I don't know. Was it on the podcast that I said that, or was it just to you? Maybe, I think it
Well,
was
on the podcast, you said knockout in
Right.
like the third round by
So
Pacquiao.
here was my justification that I
So
said.
here's
to you.
Rob's lies. Here's Rob's
So
bullshit. Why
what-
didn't I?
What I said to Corey
Why
was,
I wrong?
Why was I wrong? I wasn't wrong.
what I said was,
Pacquiao was wrong.
by the way,
You didn't get the
this
message.
is like that segment on Conan O'Brien where he does something crazy to try and justify how he's right. That's what's
Yeah.
about to happen.
Right.
So when I was talking to Corey, what I said is Mayweather knows he's got a
Who knows if he didn't have a bad shoulder? Maybe he would have made up that extra 14 points.
Well,
Two
no.
touchdowns. If you're
Anyway.
within 2 touchdowns.
Anyway, what I said was Floyd Mayweather knows he's going to walk away with $300 million without taking a punch. So if I'm Floyd Mayweather, I say, I don't want to take a punch because
Yeah.
I know I have a payday. So I said he's going to dance around, and as a result, Manny's going to catch him. He's going to catch him slipping one time and hit him hard and unexpected, turn that jaw around and knock him out. Now, what we didn't know is that Manny had a shoulder problem that had been bugging him for months, apparently, and before the fight was confirmed.
Yeah, and they lied on the card.
And they lied on everything. But nonetheless, so then...
It's funny that they're going to suspend Manny Pacquiao for that. Vegas is going to. And
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather hasn't spent a day suspended.
No.
For any of
anything.
his...
For all the domestic
For any
violence.
of the non-hitting that he did in the ring or any of the hitting he did at home in the bedroom.
Damn right.
In front,
So-
in front of a stove with a burnt dinner.
Not funny. We should not laugh at that. I'm laughing at Corey, not the subject matter. You can't see his face. Anyway, but what I said exactly came true. Floyd Mayweather danced around and didn't throw a fucking punch. Well, he didn't throw a punch, but he just danced around and bobbed and weaved and hugged and everything. And if Manny had a good right, maybe he'd have put the hurt on him, but he didn't have it, or left. He didn't have a good left.
And he's left-handed.
And he's left-handed. So that's right. See, I knew what I was talking about. So, I'm trying to.
He's hashtag Southpaw.
He's a southpaw. So if he didn't have that power to rock him,
Yeah.
there was no hope of a knockout.
Right.
So instead, and here's the other thing I said. Well, what we were just talking about is it was technically a really good fight. And I keep seeing people who are like, oh, you guys don't understand. Like, if you follow boxing and you know how the points work, it was a great fight. And I'm like, I don't care.
Right.
In a world of UFC, I want to see guys exchange punches.
Here's the thing. If I told you that we're going to take the Orioles.
Yeah.
We have a 13 game plan.
Yeah.
10 of those games we're going to win. Mm-hmm. 3 of those games we're going to lose. Of those 10 wins, you're going to get something really special for one of them.
Right.
And the rest are going to be like 3-2, sort of like regular old games.
7-0 blowouts.
You would say like, oh yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to have like a super memorable game.
Right.
What would you be more excited about? Somebody hitting 4 home runs in a game?
Right.
Or a perfect game by the pitcher?
Well, and see, now I would like to see a perfect game because I think that's something you want to see in your life.
Yeah.
But the exciting game is the Chris Davis goes up to plate 4 times and hits 4 home runs in a single game. Hits, for the cycle in game 1 and hits 4 home runs in game 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that most baseball fans
picture Chris Davis legging out a triple in Oriole Park.
Somebody has to fall.
Yeah, that's going to be like a question. Is it a triple or is it an E7?
It has to go into the corner, like where the shed is.
Bounce
and then the
off.
guy's got to like run into the
the shed door.
Yeah.
Boom, and he goes down.
I remember Felix PA when he hit the triple for his cycle.
Right.
That was just damn speed. He was just like, I'm doing it.
He decided,
but like
rounding first.
He was so quick that he was like halfway to third base, and the outfielder's just like, fuck it. I'm not even.
He comes up throwing. He's like, "Where is he?" All right.
He's already at second. All right, whatever. Here you go. Have your fucking triple.
Right.
And he gets up and he slaps his hands. He's like, "Yeah."
Anyway, so
yeah.
But yeah, I would like to see a perfect game, but most people would want to see 4 home runs.
Right, but I mean, the baseball aficionado wants the perfect game because when are you ever gonna? That's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
We're not most, boxing. The overall people who are watching that fight, we're not the people who want to see a perfect game. They want to see 4 home runs. And what they did was not a perfect game, even. No. It was just like a combined no-hitter.
Yes.
Both literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
It was a combined no-hitter. Neither one of them really threw punches.
Right.
They both were avoiding each other.
Somebody got an unearned run somewhere in
there.
And,
it was a 1-0.
Yeah. We walked the bases full in the 9th and
a wild pitch.
Wild pitch and walk around. Yeah. But no, so it's not, and I can get that. I can get that for boxing people.
Yeah.
It would be, and there are people who watch baseball and they're like, I can't even watch it. It's not interesting to me. But they will watch the ESPN Top 10 and say, or watch Around the Horn and see all the great plays. And like, that's fantastic. If I had a game of those, I'd watch the whole time.
I was very upset with the Mayweather-Pacquiao. Number one, I think Mayweather actually fought more.
Yeah.
Which to me means more. And I wasn't there counting punches or anything like that. Right. I didn't have my little clickers. Pacquiao, Mayweather.
Yeah.
But, I trust the numbers that I was given and stuff like that. But it looked like Mayweather didn't throw a punch the whole time.
Bobbing and weaving and doing
Bobbing and weaving, and at random times during the match, he would just, like, every round, he'd just be like, bop, 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 and just hit you, 10 times and then be, done with it.
But the other thing is, he was his own promoter, which means he essentially got paid twice.
Yeah.
It was like...
it was kind of insulting, too. Like, anytime they were just like, Floyd Mayweather Productions bring you this Floyd Mayweather production of Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Fight of the century, Floyd Mayweather. How many times can you say Floyd Mayweather in a time in an intro?
It's like Nike having a competition to design a new shoe. And the Nike people can enter the competition.
Yeah.
It's like, so we already know what they want. Let's just do that.
Right.
They're going to win. And win in this, what I mean is not the fight, but the money.
The money is obscene, by the way, too. Like, to be real, $300 million for a fight or something like that?
$80 million to the loser.
Yeah.
That is, and plus half of the your promotion staff, which you get a portion of.
If you said
half of the PPV.
If you said, for a fight, you get $80 million. Like, how many people are saying no to that? Even if,
well, and that's why he lied about the fucking shoulder. I don't blame Pacquiao
about the shoulder. Yeah,
he's going to pay $2 million in fines, maybe.
Not only that, but after 6 years of waiting, which totally killed if they just fought when they were supposed to, it would have been a good pay per view.
Yeah. What do you think about Axl Rose, by the way?
What about it?
Was it Axl Rose? Shit. I think it was Axl Rose. Who was like, you guys should do another fight for fucking free. Because that was bullshit. Because Mayweather came out immediately, was like, "Oh, I'll fight him again." I'll fight. He was hurt. Oh, whatever, I'll fight him again. And Axl Rose is like, "You should, and it should be free." And because that was a bullshit fight.
I like how he went back on that too, though.
Yeah,
he was just like, "Yeah, I'll fight him again. That was a good fight." And then, like, a day later, he's just like, "Yeah, by the way, I heard the bullshit he said after the match where he said he thought he'd win. You thought you won? Fuck you. I'm not fighting you again.
I don't want you to win."
Yeah.
By the way, who was the big winner?
I can't believe that you were such a baby about it and felt like you got robbed.
Who was the big winner in the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight?
Everybody but the American people? Or everybody but the people who bought the...
One specific person.
Floyd Mayweather.
No. Who was the real winner of the fight? He was there in Vegas, but he wasn't in the ring.
Oh, Dana White.
Dana White is the big fucking winner. So
UFC president Dana White.
He had to be just sitting there with his fingers up in like a what do you call this? A triangle in front of his face, like excellent.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like if Pacquiao at some point had hit Mayweather so hard in the face that it was like a TKO, knocked out immediately. He's on the mat snoring and pulsating.
Oh,
like you remember
is set.
You remember the fucking Jackass? I think it was from the first movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Where Butterbean hits Johnny Knoxville as hard as he can in the mouth.
Yeah.
And he gets a concussion and he's just like on the ground like snoring and convulsing.
He's trying to get up.
Right.
Nothing is working.
Yeah. If that happened during the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, I'm sure people would have been like, "Oh my God, I have to watch boxing now."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I have to. What's the next boxing pay-per-view?
Right.
When's Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2? I have to put it on my schedule right now.
Well, I got to say, my boss of all people made an excellent point. He said that the thing is, UFC is more exciting, yes, and it's more violent, which people naturally are accustomed to.
Yeah.
But it's 3 rounds. It's 3 5-minute rounds. So every minute, something's going on.
Right.
Whereas boxing is 12 rounds. So if you are one of those boxers, you're like, I got to keep some gas in the tank for round 12.
Yeah.
If not anything else other than I don't want to get knocked out. So I got to have enough to keep my hands up and keep myself from getting knocked out. UFC is just like, all right, so we got 15 minutes. I'm going to beat the shit out of this guy as much as I can. I want to win in the first round, not be around for the third round.
Yeah. Like when Ronda Rousey knocks somebody out in 12 seconds, it's like...
And here's the thing. Nobody fucking complained
about
that pay-per-view. Like, that was the best 12 seconds I have ever seen.
But you know what also happened? You had a card full of things you also wanted to see. Ronda Rousey was one of multiple things that you could see on that card.
Right.
Like my dad, I remember the only time he ever ordered a boxing pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It was a Mike Tyson fight. He was really excited about it. And Tyson knocked the guy out in like 23 seconds. But he paid $30 for it.
Which
and he was like
unheard of in the time.
He was watching all the undercard fights and they were all dumb.
Right, yeah.
And then it was a 23-second fight and they showed it on free on ESPN like all day.
The whole fight.
Yeah, they're just like, it was only 23 seconds. They said we could just show you the video. And like my dad's furiously pissed.
Give me my money back.
I want my money. Like I spent money on this. This should have been on free TV.
Was that his comeback fight after the ear incident?
Yeah. No, I think it was after jail.
After jail. Oh yeah.
He came back from jail and then his first fight back. Yeah, but it sounded like the guy was like promising. So it was like, ooh, maybe Tyson lost a step and this kid's gonna. Oh no, he's on.
Maybe he lost a step.
Oh, is he dead?
He lost a step doing nothing but lifting weights in prison. Like that's it. That's it. He had them jail muscles. Make that pose.
Not only that, but he probably keeps in fighting shape because there's some guy who's like gets into jail and like his first day he's like, I gotta knock out the biggest, baddest motherfucker here. Oh, hi, Iron Mike. All right, well, I guess this is happening now. Boom. There go your teeth. Boom. There goes your self-respect. Boom. There goes any career opportunities after jail.
Anyway, so yes, UFC is far more exciting.
Though I do like Tyson.
Have you seen Anderson Silva fight?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, I haven't watched UFC since Ken Shamrock.
Oh, yeah, because he was in wrestling, right?
I watched it for what I watched a couple pay-per-views back then.
Brock Lesnar's is now in
WWE.
Yeah. No, he's in UFC. Or
was
back. UFC and then came back.
Yeah, he's back now in WWE. But
anyway,
whatever.
So the thing I love about Anderson Silva and the thing that makes UFC so great is because he will come out of the gate and just like roundhouse kick you. First move of the fight.
Yeah.
Just going for the head with the foot. And that's what makes it exciting. Oh, speaking of which.
Yes.
Another blow to the head. We're not going into a depressive place. I just got to say, I made a joke a couple weeks ago about the Dover Police Department,
Right.
and making their funny little duet video. And everybody should check out the show notes because the video is there. But they pulled on their
The
best.
funny duet video?
No, not the funny duet video. The video that came out this week.
What about both?
We could put both. That's
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
So you see them being super funny. That's video 1, and video 2 is them doing their best Anderson Silva impression, which is like, let me wait till you're not expecting it, and then kick you in the fucking head. So, anyway,
Yeah.
everybody's a fucking UFC fighter now. By the way, I say that, but I'm taking kickboxing, so
Yeah, how are your knuckles?
everything's good. It was nothing permanent. It was red from just punching and punching and punching and
Gotcha.
punching. And I think I may have sprained my wrist, but otherwise,
The
it's all right.
the picture that you posted was very like open ended. Like you had just beaten somebody in a bar fight. And now
Well, to
you're
be fair-
running out to the car.
Concerned citizen.
That's what I get the likes for. Because everybody's like, what is this about? Let me comment and like on it.
What are you talking about, Rob?
Yes, so
Did you beat somebody?
gotta do what you gotta do. But anyway, I took Krav Maga. I took.
Krav Maga.
But back when we were living in Baltimore, I was taking Krav
Yeah.
Maga. I
I
love
don't know.
it.
I just think it sounds like kind of like I have my vape pen and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm taking some Krav Maga to keep in shape.
Here's what I'd like you to go do that to one of
Listen,
the
it's-
instructors.
It's the official fighting style of the Israeli blah blah blah. So yeah, you know.
I think that's basically my sales pitch to Corey. Why he should come out there with me. Anyway, I haven't. I felt so good doing that, and this is a great. It's less blows and more all around, which I like, but it's a lot of fun. So everybody should do kickboxing and find me online, and I can tell you about my guy. He does private lessons. It's great.
Nice.
So anyway, something else happened this week. I feel like we were supposed to touch on.
Oh, the Cleveland Cavaliers got in a bit of water.
Jesus Christ.
Bit of hot water.
Wait, so let's do a better segue. So, you know what I really hate about Mayweather is he has this domestic violence history and nobody talks about it.
Oh, speaking about jokes about domestic violence.
Unfunny jokes. Yeah.
Unfunny jokes.
Yeah, what about it?
The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Smooth. That was so smooth.
I'm trying to make
I
it.
like it. I like it. It's just good pod. Anyway.
It's just good pod.
Just tell me about the
That should
domestic
be our
violence.
slogan. Oh, the anthem. It's just good pod.
We got to make an image for that. Yeah.
I just want to have I want to get like one of those noise machines that's
Yeah.
like Ocean Breeze, and it's just like, this is Corey from the Anthem podcast. It's just good pod.
Wait, it's like the
Story 1. Why is life so great?
Saturday Night Live doing the NPR.
Exactly.
Hi, yes. This is we're here with Pete Schwetty. He's a candy maker. I don't Schwetty's balls.
Anywho, the Cleveland Cavaliers are playing the Chicago Bulls in the NBA playoffs.
Yes, they are.
Might have told a lot of people that all at the same time because people are probably like, NBA playoffs are happening right now?
The NBA season. We spent 82 games eliminating one team from the West and one team from the East.
Anyway, two of the teams that are still in it are the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls. And Rob is an old man.
Do you see me struggling?
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm cold. My feet are cold.
Maybe if you didn't do the Krav Maga,
No,
you'd be able to
seriously,
lift your leg.
My legs hurt so bad. Ugh, and my shoulders. I'm just not flexible. Anyway.
As one of those videos that they played between quarters or in timeouts.
If you've never been to an NBA game, they often do this.
They do this at all sports.
Release
the Fury.
Fury.
Yeah.
Release the
So
Fury.
like at the Capitals, they do Release the Fury. But then they also just show videos every once in a while of like, you know, Ovechkin hitting people, and it's just
Right.
like, it's overtime. And then you're just like, nice, it's overtime. And just pound your fist in the air, and you're just like, please.
We are just a bunch of monkeys at a watering hole. That's really what it comes down to.
Fury, Fury, Fury! I heard the word fury. I don't know what the exact definition of the word fury is, but I'm going to do it.
I wish we had video. That would be great.
Yeah.
Remind me to do that next time.
We'll do it for... We'll just make it a new thing. You'll do it after I hit a Manny on you. Evie is looking at Rob like, it's not too far from the truth.
Anyway, so there's a video.
The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls ignited their rivalry through video where they imitated a commercial that imitated Dirty Dancing.
Right.
So
And the
we all
commercial-
know,
yeah,
we all know the scene in Dirty Dancing. Yeah.
The time of my life.
Exactly. That song plays. What's her face runs in. Swayze does the lift.
Boom.
And then like the little spin and everything like that. And they redid it in what was that Ryan Gosling Emma Stone movie where he was like
Yes, I love that movie.
Yeah. Stupid crazy
Love
Crazy Stupid Love or something like that.
Wait, what is it?
Crazy Stupid Love.
You look photoshopped.
Yeah. You look like you're photoshopped.
By the way, that character is why I love Emma Stone, because she's like so over it. She's like, ugh. And she looks like she's loves.
Like, fuck you.
She loves. I bet she likes a dad bod. I bet she does. And God knows, I'm happy about the dad bod movement.
I was like, oh, finally, thank God.
See, and here's what this tells everybody: don't go changing for anyone. Eventually, the trend will come to where you are. So, if you want a guy in boat shoes and bright red pants who's got a dad bod,
black shirt,
right here, this guy.
I think that the dad bod thing is nice. Yeah. It's just my phone is blowing up. It's like everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's. Something tells me that there's going to be a bunch of people like trying to like make dad bod a movement,
right?
And then it's just like, well, how about mom bod? It's just like, no.
Well, no. Here's the thing.
No, shut up.
To its credit, we're getting very body positive, and I love that. There was the whole the London Underground had the. You have bugs.
Oh.
Anyway, the London Underground had a bikini ad, and people were like defacing it and saying like, "What are you bikini ready?" And then people were taking pictures of like everybody's bikini ready, and I love that.
I did like the one where it was like, "You want a bikini body? Number 1, buy a bikini. Number 2, put it on. Number 3,
bikini ready.
Bikini body."
Yeah. So, but what I noticed when this dad bod thing started coming out is all the girls were like, "Wait. We can all appreciate a nice set of abs." I'm like, whoa. So wait, we're supposed to be body positive for women, but now I'm an asshole because I don't have a six pack? Like, and you can talk shit to me and that's okay? Like, fuck you guys.
Listen, my brain has a six pack.
Right.
Can't you enjoy that?
Right. And listen, that beauty is going to fade. Those abs are going to be impossible to keep when you're 40. You know what's not going to fade? My fucking paycheck. Get your ass back out to the pool, lifeguard. Anyway, sorry, I got real direct. I was directed at a single person. My apologies.
Rob gets really specific when he's wearing boat shoes.
Anyway, so
clean my yacht.
No, but look, and so here's the thing: is that like, girls want really attractive men, and then when they can't get them anymore, they're like, "All right, I'll settle for this guy." And now that guy is a guy who can afford to date the 20-year-old who looks hot. So fuck yourselves.
So it's all about money.
No. It's also about looks, but if we're going to make it about one thing, that's the whole point. If we're going to be body positive, and we should be, then let's be body positive about everybody.
You know who wasn't body positive?
Who's that?
The guy who recklessly threw his girlfriend across the room in a Cleveland Cavaliers video.
Right. Well, so the commercial that they were making fun of was some sort of insurance commercial.
Yeah. So it was a larger woman. Speaking of body images,
but a larger guy. There was
an older middle-aged married couple.
Yeah.
Anyway, the woman came in, went up for the lift. He tried, and then they fell through the dining room table. And then when the insurance company is asking later, it's just like foremost insurance. Yeah. And then when the guy's asking later, he's just like, "So how did this happen?" She's like, "I came in too hot." And then it was done, and it was funny, and you laughed. But this one,
the thing. You took it to a dark place because I took that as she thought something was going on, and he didn't, and he wasn't ready for it, and he was like, "Oh shit!" And he went down.
No, I think she was trying to do it like they used to, maybe.
Okay.
And then he just can't handle it anymore.
Can't do it. Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
like the song came on, they're just like, "You remember what we used to do to this song?" And they're dancing back and forth, and then all of a sudden she comes in, and he's just like, "Oh shit."
I wasn't ready! Crash.
In this one, a guy with a Cavalier shirt that says "All In" on it,
which is their slogan for the playoffs. Yeah,
all in. You're either in or you're out. I'm all in.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
He's dancing with her like across the room, doing the whole little bit. She takes off like her apron or whatever.
Right, she was wearing an apron.
She was cooking and wearing an apron, which is so old-fashioned it hurts.
Cooking?
She wasn't across the other room on Grubhub. Like, you want Chinese food again? You jerk.
Right.
It was a woman in an apron, and they're dancing across the room, and then right about when she's about to run across and get lifted up in the whole thing, she takes off the apron, and it's a bull shirt. God forbid. Anyway, she comes in, he notices the bull shirt, and then instead of lifting her and holding her, violently throws her down to the ground.
Yes. And
then it says Cavaliers basketball all in, and she's on the ground like with her knee like, ow, I'm hurting. And then seconds later, they're on the couch, and she has an ice pack on her head, and it's just like, sorry, I thought you were all in. And she's like, sorry, I am now.
Right, and she's wearing the all-in jersey as well.
Right, instead of her Bulls jersey.
Yeah. And it very much like him holding up the fist, like, I learned you.
Like, how did they not get to it at this point, though?
Well, and that was
like, you'd think if he's enough of a fan of the Cavaliers that he's wearing a shirt, that at some point he talked to her about basketball.
Oh, that's what you... Wait, what are you... I'm talking about the 35 people who approved that ad before it
went
on.
I'm thinking beginning to end here.
Okay.
So, like, just concept-wise... Like, obviously they're dating for quite a time. She's cooking dinner for him.
Why are we analyzing the interior of the ad?
Because it's a big part of the problem.
No, the big part of the problem is that some white guy, I could tell you, he was some middle-aged white guy 5 months ago had an idea.
I'd love it if it's some guy who's just like in the desk at the Cavaliers. He wears like a suit every day because he looks good in a suit, but he doesn't deserve to be wearing a suit. He just like sits at a desk clicking a pen all day. He's just like, no, bro, I got the commercial for you.
He definitely says bra.
He definitely says bra.
Here's the thing about it is, you guys would sit and think about it and be like, oh, that's funny. But you guys would never be like, oh, we should broadcast this publicly and put our organization.
Here's the thing, though. It's a funny concept, and that's great. And we would get to the funny concept stage, and then we'd shoot it, and one of us would be like, really that's a little domestic violence-y.
Right,
yeah.
And we'd be like, okay, cut it. That's two of us.
Not only that, I've always... There's been things every once in a while that come out about, like, what it's like in the writer's room and whatever. And I'm just like, that doesn't even... That's so far from... anything that I care about. Like, because they could be saying anything.
Yeah, and don't record a writer's room.
They just get into a rant where they're just like, yeah, so the Filipino guy is sucking dick. You know, and just like coming up with whatever. It has nothing to do with something about Raymond. Right. But they're like off on a tangent. It's just like...
It has nothing to do with something about Raymond.
But by making funny jokes about whatever outrageous situation they've created,
getting the juices
getting the juices going. They're coming up with an idea. Like, what would be a really funny thing to say about Ray's brother? Right. Like, well, I saw that. Did you see Shaquille O'Neal fall on the thing? Like, maybe we could do something like that. It's just like, what? Shaquille O'Neal falling? Yeah. No, he does that all the time. Like, you know, whatever. Like. Right. That has nothing to do with it.
I saw a Filipino guy fall one time. Right. Okay, so stupid Filipino guy trips and falls off the stage. Yeah.
And I mean, I dated a Yankees fan, and how many times did we talk about me, like, bitch slapping said Yankees fan or whatever stupid thing?
Yeah, but, okay, so here's...
never actually emphasized domestic violence.
This is the other part of the problem. Like, if you have a... If he had made a joke out of it, and just let her go. Just walk away.
Yeah.
Like, if she would have come in with the Bull shirt, and he goes just like, oh, fuck, I'm allergic to Bulls fans, and just lets her fall.
I'm allergic to bullshit. Bulls shit.
I'm allergic to bullshit.
Now we're there. All right. Let's get the camera.
That's
EB, jump into my arms. I'm going to let you drop.
I'll stop you from falling. I promise. It's just for the luck. Anyway.
I'm just going to put my mattress here on the ground. You go up. I swear to God, you're not going to hit the roof that's literally 5 feet above us.
Thank God you're not actually doing that. That's clearly like 2 feet.
Well, no, I can lift my arms and, like, touch it, so...
Okay.
That's probably, like, 7 feet?
Probably not. Probably shorter than that.
I don't know.
It's a basement. Anyway, not important. Here's the important thing. They could have just done that. And she jumps, and he doesn't catch her, and she falls.
Right.
And that's sending the, like, oh, no, we don't do this because you're a Bulls fan.
Yeah.
They went the extra step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. And the second problem is the number of people who approved it.
Right.
Because you can't, there's not just one rogue guy who's just like, haha, look at this expensive film package I filmed for the Cavaliers to do during their game. I'm going to Chromecast it onto the thing at the Quicken Loans Arena.
I guaranteed 35 people approved that. And then, by the way, somebody was excited to run it. Somebody was like, oh, it's time. Let's run this spot.
Somebody probably did it with 2 thumbs up. They're just like, great job.
Yeah.
That'll rally the troops.
And again, somebody was sitting in the booth like, I think it's time. I think it's time we run that fantastic ad that we did.
You know what it might have come from? Like in the so right at the top, like
sauce. Yeah.
The mixing the sauce.
Mixing it together, yeah.
The like general manager and all them were probably involved, and they're all just like, listen, we're selling a lot of LeBron James merchandise.
Not so much.
But not nearly as much as we were when he was the enemy.
Right.
How do we make people hate us?
Now, all these people are going to buy jerseys.
We sort of have this like whole homecoming thing, but
yeah.
LeBron James was his best when he was the villain in Miami.
Right.
How do we make people hate LeBron James?
We always sell more jerseys and they're burning them.
And then the owner's just like, well, I'm sure there's a number of reasons that people would hate LeBron James, and then somebody else goes, Eureka, I found it. They're like, what is it? It's like, you know how everybody hates domestic violence? Why don't we just make an ad where we have domestic violence in it, and Cavs gear, and we'll save it for a time where everyone's paying attention, like the second home game of the playoffs.
Right.
And we'll release it then, and then everyone will be like, oh man, I hate Cleveland.
And
who plays for Cleveland? LeBron James. And everybody high fives, and then it's over with.
And then when they play it and everybody starts to leave the stadium, then that's when the woman gets up on the loudspeaker and says, oh, look who's leaving, all the black people. Oh, good.
It might be awarded racist moment I don't give a fuck of the year. That woman.
The pose.
The way she stands up there like, yeah, go ahead and leave. So... It'll be in the show notes.
Yeah, I'm not a racist. The video's in the show notes.
It'll be in the show notes. Unbelievable racism. Just like a type of racism that you didn't even think was like
1955
like
racism.
when you went to like your great grandmother's house or something like that. She's just like, she'll say something that like was off-putting. Like, it wasn't necessarily horribly offensive, but you were just like...
I'm uncomfortable now.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I'm living downtown. It's like, I hope you're not living near any of them blacks. I'm like, them blacks? Like, what? But you're just like...
Did your grandmother actually say that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was just, like, making up a scenario. That's why I said great-grandmother.
Oh, okay.
Like, I never met her, so I don't know.
But no, that was like 1955 Alabama, where
yeah.
She's expecting him to be like, yeah, why are all the black people leaving? Watch the video. It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And by the way, the best part of the video is the guy she was trying to allow him to speak, and he's just like
please.
Whoops,
so hold on, let's we've what we've done is we've primed it a little bit too much, I think.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you could prime it too much.
I think when you see it for the first time, you're going to be like, oh shit! Like, that's the initial reaction I think everybody has to seeing it.
Yeah.
But principal at a small private high school.
Christian. It's got to be a Christian high school.
Probably has to be Christian.
Yeah.
It might not be like a Christian school, but it's like everybody here's Christian.
So we are, yeah. No, being
except for the one Jewish kid we have to let in here for
just to say that we're equals. Yeah.
We got one black guy, one Mexican, one Jew. We're covered.
We covered 1, 2, 3. That's enough.
The state can't take a license away. We got a Weinberg.
When the inspectors come, it's like, yeah, you move to the front of the classroom. You sit right here.
It's something about like somebody who's tragically racist. It's almost like, it's like almost how do you at this point? Like,
well, because
how has nobody like slapped the shit out of her at some point? Like,
because she's elderly.
She's older.
Maybe.
And we still do. I mean, I still do the same thing. When you see an old person, and my gut reaction is like, oh, they grew up in a different time. That shouldn't be an excuse.
Yeah.
But it is. It is an excuse, and it shouldn't be. But
anyway, the video is her up on stage. Graduation ceremony was wrapping up.
Cap and gown.
Because she went to a college.
Maybe.
No, she did. I actually looked it up.
Oh, God.
I googled her.
The University of the South.
She went to like North Georgia State University Technology Poly or something like that. I'm just like, all right. Where she studied biology. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. That's number 1 on the test. And then as soon as you do it, you pass. It's like Swahili for college students at USC.
Spell Swahili.
Football players at USC going to their Swahili class. This woman going to her, like, biology. Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve class, anywho. She forgot to let the valedictorian speak. And he's standing up there next to her.
Honest mistake.
Honest mistake. And she's starting to say, like, everybody come back. I don't know why you're leaving. It's, we still have one more speech. I'm sorry. I misdid the program. Why are all you people leaving?
I misdid the program?
I was trying to throw a little flair in there.
Gotcha, yeah.
And then eventually she cracks out with, what was the line exactly? Do you remember it verbatim?
Wait,
all the black people are leaving.
I think she was.
Oh, look who's leaving! All the blacks,
all the black people,
all the
and that's when everybody got up and they're just like, "Oh my god,
fuck no, I'm out." Yes,
and left. And the kid, so the valedictorian we were speaking of earlier, he was standing there like just
dutifully.
Yeah, he's just like, "Oh, okay, she's gonna let me do my speech after all." Okay, why are all the black people leaving? And bye. Like Homer into the bushes, like
exactly that. Yes, and he pulls the mortarboard down almost to cover his face, and then goes back to his seat.
I think he has the unreal. Like as soon as she says that, she's like, "Look who's leaving! All the black people." And she stands up there and she's just like, "Yeah, I said it." Like what the fuck are you gonna do about me? I founded this school.
The comments made by the principal are not mine. They're not my ideas.
And this guy is just like, oh, motherfucking, this is gonna be on Reddit.
Immediately covering the face.
There's
like, a video.
This is gonna end up on Reddit and Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus. And at some point, Daniel Tosh might call me to ask me to do my valedictorian speech on Tosh.0.
Daniel Tosh, if you're listening to this, please do that.
And get the lady too.
The 19th season.
Send out like a black correspondent for Tosh.0 and have him like interview her. And
this is why we need to be writers on.
Yeah, exactly.
This is it. This is why.
Why aren't we working on Tosh.0? I don't know.
Or any other show.
Well, unlike the principal for this small little school in Georgia,
yes,
I think we did good here today.
Yeah, we did something. I don't know if it's good.
You can find more O The Anthem at otheanthem.com. Corey at otheanthem.com. I am stuttering like a bitch today.
Why are you such a bitch?
I don't know. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. otheanthem.com. Corey at otheanthem.com. O The Anthem on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, and the listener line 443-219-7595.
What's the number again?
443-219-7595.
And you can find me on all your social networks at Robert N. Cheek. Make sure you check out foundingthefuture.us, adeaddrop.com. And make sure you check out the new YouTube channel for Founding the Future that has my awesome video on it. Hopefully that's going to be in the show notes.
Watch it in the show notes and then subscribe to the channel.
Absolutely.
I guess that's it, though.
All right. Well, then, so for Corey and everyone here, this is Rob. Have a great week, everybody.
Look who's leaving. All the people. Episode's over, folks. You gotta go.
Well, there you have it, episode 57 of the Anthem podcast. While you're here, make sure you check out episode 42, where we first talk about Deflategate, and of course, as always, last week's full episode. Before you leave, make sure you like and subscribe so you get all of our new videos. Other than that, have a great week, everybody.